Hello and welcome to It's All About You, the best show about you on the internet. I am B. Dave Walters, life strategist and spiritual coach. This is episode 21, Emotions. Now if you saw episode 20, I'm shooting these two things back to back, so I'm still going on. I'm not just wearing the same outfit again and again, although I think I wear this sweater more often than not. I kind of got this Mr. Rogers thing going on, right? Now, emotions. We talked extensively last time about stress, and stress is an emotion, so we might talk a little bit more about that now. If you haven't seen the movie What the Bleep Do We Know, I'm always recommending this movie. It's fantastic, by the way. Change your life. If you haven't seen the movie What the Bleep Do We Know, they talk in it about emotions, and about the fact that emotions are real, measurable biological chemical responses in your brain and in your body. They're not just this like nebulous thing, like they're actual measurable concrete things. And it is possible for you to become addicted to certain emotions. It's possible that you can become addicted to being stressed out. You can become addicted to being negative, or you can become addicted to being cheerful and happy all the time too. It's really kind of up to you, but it's a choice that you make, and it's a habit that you cultivate. See, we talk all the time about positive thinking, especially when you talk about the law of attraction and things of that nature, and how we say that you need to stay focused with positive expectancy. You need to think about what you want as often as you can without becoming stressed out about it. What do I mean by that? So let's say, if you've been following my work, I have 6 very huge goals that I've set for this year, up to and including, a really big house and a lot of money coming in and some other things. And a few of them have already manifested, actually, but I'm not going to talk about that until it's over so you can see what I did and did not do. But here's the thing. When I think about that house, when I visualize how wonderful it is and walking through it, it's great as long as every time I think about the house, it fills me with happy thoughts. And I feel good, and I know that it's on the way. I know that it's already here, that I can walk and feel myself turn the knobs and walk in and, feel the carpet under my feet. That's fine. Now, the moment that I start thinking about it so much that I'm like, man, when is this house going to get here? Or man, how am I ever going to afford something like that? How am I going to pull it off? What about property tax? But stop. You've gone too far, okay? So when you're visualizing, visualize as long as you feel good, but if you start to feel stress and anxiety about how and when it's going to show up, then stop. We talked about this in the episode about patience, I believe. Things are going to get here when they get here, and they're going to get here at the right time. They will get there in the absolute fastest, clearest, most direct, most helpful way that they can. Your job is to stay clear and happy and focused on what you want. It's amazing. I have quite a few friends on Facebook and MySpace and things like that, and if you're on either of those, send me a friend request, B. Dave Walters. Or on YouTube. I got friends on YouTube. I got friends everywhere. Who post such negative things up on their wall. And I mean, it's fine if sometimes you feel, a little down sometimes, but you don't have to put up for the entire world to see all these really negative things like, I hate you, or, I don't even want to talk about some of the things I see my friends post, and sometimes I send the messages, I'm like, that's not helping. That's not helping. That's not getting you closer to the life you want. That's not making you feel better. That's not making you feel more happiness, more joy, more fulfillment, which is what this is all about. Let me tell you, it's easy to be depressed. It's easy to be a pessimist, right? That's not impressive, especially if you say, well, I'm a realist. Yeah, no, you're not. A realist should think that at least a good thing is equally as likely as a bad thing. It should be 50-50. Right? If you find yourself expecting the worst more often than not, or mopey or down in the dumps more often than not, you are a pessimist. And if you need help curing pessimism, you can check out my article on theexaminer.com entitled Beating Pessimism, right? But, I talked last time, which for me was just a few moments ago, about attachment and about the meanings that we attach to things and the meanings we apply to things. And I've worked with a few people, I've had friends, I've had clients that were in relationships, and they were mostly women, but it's some guys, that were chasing a man who had given every sign in the world that he was not interested. Or at least he'd given every sign in the world that he is not going to marry you, right? And yet, they still chase this guy. Why is this? By the way, if you're one of my friends, clients, or whatever, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about somebody else that you don't even know. But if a person says to you, I'm not going to marry you, why then would you continue thinking they are going to marry me? They're not going to marry you. If they say they're not, okay? Now, anything is possible. Maybe they'll change their mind, especially if they see that you're about to leave and move on. They very well might change their mind. But for the most part, why would you want to try and track down and pin down and trap a man or a woman that doesn't love you the way that you love them, that doesn't want you the way that you love them? Why would you do that? You know, now you've heard me say, probably on numerous occasions, that every woman that I ever was with, I took from another guy. They weren't married though, you know, it just kind of happened. I'm sorry. And for all you guys out there, I'm sorry, brother. But I'm retired now, I'm married. So you got nothing else to worry about for me, by the way. But, you know, but in that taking, I didn't cheat, by the way. I never cheated. Never in my life have I cheated with or on anybody. I would just show them that there's other options out there. There's other opportunities out there. There's other people out there, right? And that's what I'm getting at here. If you've got this person, this unworkable situation, you don't have to just cling to it. You don't have to just stick to it. You don't have to chase and just lust after this person that doesn't necessarily want you. There's somebody out there, let me tell you something. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you look like. There's somebody out there that you are their dream person. You are. You are their absolute dream. And more importantly, you have to get the emotional clarity to bring this back to emotion. You have to get the emotional clarity to see this for what it is. Ask yourself, why do you feel like you deserve to be treated like that? Why do you feel like you can't do any better than this person? Why do you feel that even being alone for a little while is so terrible? There's nothing wrong with being alone. It's really not. Because if you can't, stand being alone with you, how can you expect anybody else to stand being with you for the rest of your life, right? So you have to learn how to cultivate, a healthy self-love. That's the number one emotion that you need to turn into. Self-love. Now, you've heard me say this before. You know what I'm about to ask you. Have you been doing it? When you look in the mirror, say or think to yourself, you're great and I love you. You're great and I love you. Now, if this is the first time you've heard me say this, this is a good gauge for your own self-esteem and how much you love yourself. You don't have to say it out loud. If that makes you feel weird, it's fine. But you can just say it internally. But when you look yourself in the eyes and you say, you're great and I love you, how do you feel? Does it make you feel good or does it make you feel bad? If it makes you feel bad, that shows you how hard you've been on yourself up until now, and that you really deserve better. You yourself are more deserving of your own love than anybody else. Because I can tell you, if you don't love you, you won't let anybody else love you either. It's like you set the brakes. You set the boundaries. Nobody can love you more than you love yourself. And you can't love anyone else more than you love yourself. Okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and split this for my brothers and sisters on YouTube. Everybody else, stay with me. Everybody, B. Dave Walters here. You know how I'm always saying that the easiest way to solve your problems or achieve your goals is to help someone else solve their problems or achieve their goals? Well, I spend a lot of money every month on marketing and lead generation of various types, and I would much rather just pay that money to you. And before I go on, this is not network marketing. I'm not asking you to sell anything, nothing like that. I just find as I talk to a lot of people, most everybody wants to make a couple of extra dollars these days, and I'm looking for help with my marketing efforts, so I think maybe we can help each other. The way it works, if you refer someone to me, if you refer either an individual or a business or, decision maker from a business, and they become a client of mine or make a purchase on my website, peacelovemoney.com, I will pay you half of their initial payment or their first month's service. Okay? So send them to me directly, send them to the website. If they become a client, you get paid. It is that simple. If you want to know more, visit peacelovemoney.com, click on the individuals and the affiliates. It will explain everything. I got a PDF, gives you all the information. I look forward to hearing from you. I need help. You need help. Together we can help the people that you refer to me. Everybody wins. I love you. You're fantastic. Okay, bye-bye.